Hello. Hi. Thank you for stopping by. This is Lorraine Carroll. We are on Lori Live. Yes, it is an incredible day. This week of opportunity was knocking on my door. There's a lot of stuff going on here for Lori Live. We are in 12 states. We are in Canada. I have a lot of connection coming through wanting to do different work with Lori Live. We're going to get this going. Ladies, our mission is going to go across the U.S. and globally one day. The mission statement for Lori Live: we are here to help and empower the lives of women and girls. It was a personal mission for me also for my 3 daughters. I want to leave an emotional legacy for my 3 daughters. I love you, my daughters, and my granddaughter. Today's day is a natural day. I want to be brave and confident and come out here without any makeup. So here I am, ladies. I'm going viral on YouTube, natural, because I'm confident in who I am. By the way, check my hair out. I went to Fringe in Beverly Hills. Thank you, Mr. Raylack. You are awesome. You are incredible. And you are an artist that you know how to look at my hair and take care of it. I love it. Look at that. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I told him, I want to leave your chair here. And I want to look like I am a woman from the beach, that I just got off at the beach. I went to my sports car and drove off looking like a beach girl. So that's how I look. Anyways, I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's get started. But I dedicate my show to my first pet that I ever owned when I was a young girl. It was a black Cocker Spaniel by the name of Teddy. My father named Teddy. He had a dog when he was a young boy, and they named her Teddy. So Teddy's name, and there's a reason why we have all this connection with this first dog, and it's really great. And I'm also putting it out there that this show is also dedicated to the other dogs and cats and birds and rats that we had and that we truly loved. We just lost our dog Lulu about 6 months ago. That was really hard. That was my children's first animal that we had, and we just loved little Lulu on the label. We used to call, we had all these little nicknames for her. Anyways, Lori Live is natural. She's got her hair looking good though, but we're gonna dedicate this show to animals, loving a pet. That's the title today. But let's get started. Let me kind of give you the routine, what we're gonna do. We're gonna, number 1, we're going to talk about the gratitude list. Hello, I love the gratitude list, and empowers you and lifts you lighter. Number 2, we're going to discuss one love vibe. Why is it important to give a love vibe out every day? Number 3, an act of kindness. That is a must. That's an interaction of giving out love out to others. After that, we're going to go over loving a pet. We're going to discuss a lot of things, why it's important to touch our pet, to play with our pet, to hug our pet. Pet. I don't know. We're just going to do it. After that, we're going to get some shout outs. After the shout outs, we're going to close it up and talk about what's going to happen next week. Hello. This is going to be a great show. I'm excited. Animal lovers, let's hear you roar. Yes, we're going to talk about animals, how much they mean to us, and why is it important to connect with our own animal? Or even if you don't have an animal, go get yourself something. There's a reason. Anyways, calm down, Lorraine. I know that you get excited, but we're going to do this. We're going to move forward. Number 1 on the list today, the gratitude list. I usually give 10, but I'm going to give 1, and this is what it's about. Number 1, I'm very grateful that my daughter and my son-in-law and my granddaughter took me to lunch today. I was eating in this nice little place, and all of a sudden, I felt this little girl by me. I'm like, who's this little girl? It was my granddaughter. My daughter, my son-in-law showed up to the same place that I was eating. Hello. So we all just got together. We all sat down. I want to tell them, I love you guys. I'm so happy that you are such a good little mommy and daddy and baby family. I'm so happy for that. And I'm happy that I was able to spend my time there with you guys. I love you all. Number 2 on my list, I'm very grateful for my dog, Blanca. Why am I thankful and grateful for her? Because when there's some kind of activity outside of her house that we don't know what's happening, she's right there barking it up. I know that irritates the heck out of my spouse, but you know what? She's warning us for something. Whether there's somebody by us or there's a dog around the neighborhood, but I'm telling you, she's a really good watchdog. I'm grateful and thankful for my dog, Blanca. Thank you, Blanquita. So anyways, number 2, love vibes. Why do we give love vibes out? Well, because people and places and events that aren't fair, they hurt us. We need to learn how to react towards that. So we send them love. Let me share one item that I needed to send love vibes out for. Number 1 for me is I'm sending love vibes to people that hurt me. Okay, that's kind of a basic and bland, but I want to say something in specific, but I don't really want to, so I'm going to do it general because then everybody will get it. If you feel like someone's hurting you and you feel like you always have to have thick skin on your face just to be around somebody, you send them love. It's not about you. It's about them for whatever reason. And I know that when I did this, even as when I was a young kid, teenage years, 20s and 30s, I know that when people used to say mean things or they just weren't nice, I used to, in my head, and this is what kept me sane, I used to tell them in my head, thank you for showing me what not to do. That kept me sane. That kept me thinking, it's not about me, it's about them. But I still thanking them for showing me what not to do. That kept me sane. Number 3 on the list today is an act of kindness. I did this. It's a true story. I have a Facebook account, and I was looking at my phone one time. This is a true story too. And I was looking through it, and all of a sudden, I come across all these dog finders, dog losers, or whatever. And I noticed that there was a lady that lost her cute little white, and I don't know if it was a Maltese dog or whatever. So I shared it. And just so happened 2 hours later, one of my friends who looks at the same news feed, saw a photo of the same dog that was lost. So she sent that to me. I, in turn, sent that to the lady that was looking for her little pet. Soon enough, the next day, I see a big sign, reunited, and it was a doggy with that lady. I felt so good to know that I intentionally did this. I did an act of kindness. It's free. You don't have to put no money out. There's just a little energy, and there's an energy of love. Because I know that if that was my animal, I would freaking die. I would be going crazy not finding my animals because I love my animals. If anybody knows me, I make special trips to my house during the whole day to see if my animals are okay. Do they have the air conditioner on? Oh my God. Do they have ice in their water? Do they have food all the time? Is the litter done? They know how much I love my animals. There's a reason behind that. Let's get started. Let's start talking about our animals. So that act of kindness was free. So let's try to do an act of kindness every day. Even if it costs you a couple dollars a day or something. But if you can do them free, why not? You're not just thinking, sending love. You're actually doing that. There's emotion. You are part of that energy circle happening. That's a little law. There's a natural law going there. You're doing some great things. You're planting seeds. You're throwing seeds out. That's an awesome feeling. Anyways, let's get started on loving a pet. Oh, I love my pets and all the future pets that are actually going to be coming to me. I tell this straight out. If you don't like animals and you don't like pets, then I can't really hang with you. That's sad, but I'm sorry. But I know there's a reason why I feel that way, because when I see somebody being mean to an animal, I will call the LAPD shelters, and I will make sure they go to your home. Sorry, but that's how I work. Anyways, let's talk about a pet. What is a pet? A pet is a domestic or tamed animal for companionship or pleasure. Let's look at that again. What is a pet? It is a domestic or tamed animal for companionship and or pleasure. Okay? What type of pets? Oh, there's a lot of pets I could name. I love horses. Horses, cats, dogs, birds, rats. Yes, even rats. Bunnies. There's a lot of memories that I have of my own pets, even the ones that passed. But having a pet has done nothing but give me and my family unconditional love. There is a human-animal bond. There is. But also too, let me share something with you about a woman that wrote a lot of books. Her name was Aubrey Fire. Aubrey Fire. She is a clinical psychologist at Cal State Polytech University, and she stated this: one could even look at Florence Nightingale, recognizing that animals provided a level of social support in the institutional care of the mentally ill. I love that. We need animals. They need us. I can see that happening. I know that I had major surgery back in the year of 2015, 2014. I had a major surgery that I was in the hospital for about 5 days. And you know, that's a long time being in a hospital. I was going stir crazy, but I had a big abdominal thing going on where I needed to cut some of my, oh, it's a big thing. Anyways, I needed to have that done. The second day that I was in bed, there was a lady that came by with this beautiful dog. And you know, she said to me, would you like to pet the dog? And I'm like, lady, I don't give a rat's behind. I don't care, because I was just like not feeling it. But after a while, I saw this little pet, and he looked up at me. It was a big collie. And I said, could you put him on top of my bed? Because I wanted to feel him, because I missed my animals because I was in the hospital and all that. So here this collie came on top of my bed, and I pet the dog. It felt so good. And he kept looking at me, and I kept looking at, like, we understood each other. I didn't get that, but I got it now. Like, I get it now. Because I know and I believe that is very true. Back in the early studies of 1980, found that heart attack patients who own pets lived longer. Makes sense. Versus the ones that did not have pets. That makes sense. I don't know why, it just does. I can feel that. Because I know that when I was in the hospital, I wanted to get home to see my animals. So I wanted to get better. I had something to look forward to. When you interact or when you pet with your dog clinically, this has been found. These are some studies that I've been reading up on. I am not stating that I know all this. I'm just saying this is what I'm reading. That when you pet or you interact with your animal, there's an increased hormone called oxytocin that lowers the blood pressure of the human, regulates your breathing, and oxytocin also aids in being happy and encouraging trust. Hello! If we have an animal and a human connecting and I'm petting him and my hormones being triggered, I'm trusting and I'm happy. And not only does that benefit me, it benefits the animal. Is that not crazy or what? So I get that human-animal bond. Oxytocin has some powerful effects for us and the body's ability to be in a state of readiness to heal and also to grow new cells. So it predisposes us to an environment in our own bodies where we can be healthier. Not only does it emotionally pick us up, it can physically help us heal, grow new cells, and get ready for that. I love that. I love my animals not because this is all going to happen to me and I'm going to get better and all my stuff's going to be happening. No, I love my animals because we have a connection. But these are the positive things of having an interaction or petting your pet. Loving your pet, I mean, that's just incredible. I like hearing about that because I know there's also been some studies when there was mass shootings at schools. And there was a lot of kids that weren't able to talk. They were all scared. They were all full of fear. And even the social workers had a hard time bringing out some of their concerns. But when you brought a dog into the mix with the counselor and the child, dogs have really good listening skills. So a child is able to talk to their animal. I know, even as an adult, when I'm having a crappy day and someone hurts me, and I know I have to change it, I have to be better about it, but when I sit with my dog and I cry, and I'm really by myself crying, and my dogs and my cats, they all come around me, and they feel that about me. So when I rub them and I start talking to all of them, I feel so much better. So when these kids had the dog come in the mix here, there was no judging from the animals. They didn't talk back, and they have really good listening skills. So these kids were able to open up. And I just thought that was really cool because when you have a young child or an adult that has been traumatized or something, and you bring a dog mix into this, it changes how they learn to trust. The human starts to trust, and the human may have a happiness, a little smile. So that's a start. So I just thought that was pretty cool. Horses, they have their own therapeutic ways of healing. When a rider is riding a horse, the benefit from the connection and the relationship with the horse and the environment, that's pretty cool. I have a friend that rides horses every morning. I could see that. Riding a horse, having a connection with your horse, being outside on a horse, looking at your environment, the nature, that is a benefit, I think, in itself. Or riders may also benefit physically from moving and building core strength and body awareness and muscle memory. Wow. So not only do they have a connection with the horse, they're actually feeling pretty good. Their core is being worked. They have to have this physical way of being. That's really cool. Also too, this is another thing that really comes to my heart. Military veterans, when they return from Iraq, they are given shelter dogs, and these dogs have basic obedience skills. So not only this is helping the animals, but it is also helping the veterans to readjust to being home too as well. Can you see that? I know a gentleman that actually did a tour out there, and he had so much trauma coming back that, and he's just like this big guy. I don't want to say your name, honey, but he's about 6'3". He actually did a tour out there, came back home, and he was really angry. He was on all this meds, but he actually had a little cat. And I didn't think he would have a cat. I think he would have a big dog or whatever. But he got a little cat, and that cat meant the world to him. That cat set up some kind of vibe to him to help him come back home and feel, you know, the need to pet their animal, because it does change something. And I believe that. Also too, okay, there is an organization that I want to read out to you. It's called the National Organization Pet Partners. They're an animal assisted therapy. I know that there's a lot of nursing homes or care centers where there's a lot of animals that go into these homes where they have, you know, what the elderly are there. And have you ever seen an older couple, maybe in their late 80s, and they bring a newborn cat, not a newborn, maybe like a two-month-old cat on their lap? These women love it. They feel like they are carrying again, and you can see the whole, you know, just the way they lift their spirits. I just thought that was really nice. I was able to see that firsthand and watch the actual center place these little animals on top of these seniors, and they just loved it. You could see how their tone of their voice lowered. They were talking really nice to them. I just thought that was beautiful. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I thought that was really cool. Also, this is really true. There's times where we're having it rough, even with kids with autism or kids that have trauma, even women or men that have an issue going on. But presence of an animal facilitates and will also provide wordless emotional release. Is that cool or what? That makes sense, because if we're petting and we have the oxytocin is being out there and it's getting triggered, we have a presence. It is the presence of the animal that will facilitate and provide wordless emotional release. That is so beautiful. I love hearing that. because I know that is needed. That is needed to get that out. Get that out, and that release would feel so good. So I just thought that would be really cool, because a human will give the animal affection. Complicated that the human involves expectations and judgment. Think about that. A human that gives animal affection. It is complicated because there involves expectations and judgment. Flip it around. If we give a dog affection, think about this. It is uncomplicated, non-challenging, and there's no consequences, because they just love. They're unconditionally loving us. Is that not cool or what? Because I know that I'm giving my dog a rub and I'm having a bad day, but I'm rubbing him. But the dog don't care, because he could have a bad day. He cannot eat, but he would still be so happy to see you, because there's no judging. I just love that. So I want to encourage everybody. This is me. Encourage landlords. Encourage people that rent out to others to come and live in their home or to live in their apartments. Landlords, please be a little nicer, and please let somebody bring their dog to come and live in their house. I think that would do a lot good for a lot of us. I think it's awesome too to adopt dogs, to adopt them. All of our animals have actually been saved. I know that there's a lot of cute dogs out there too, and they have every right to have a home too as well. But I think that if we go to our local shelters, and I want to get another dog. I want to get one for my outside, and because I know that every one of those animals in those places, they don't have that much time. So I'm strongly recommending landowners and apartment owners, please let your people have dogs or cats. They just want love. I know that if that was allowed, we would have those shelters would be going, they would be going lower, and we could have them out there. So adopt, adopt, adopt. Just like Bob Barker used to say, spay and neuter your pets. Hello, hello. That was it. Oh my gosh, I didn't know what else I needed to say. I just know that I'm a big advocate for animals. My girls and myself. This is a true story. My husband's gonna kill me. When I first met my husband, he wasn't fond of cats. He said, oh, those animals and the cats and blah, 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 blah. But when we actually got married and he actually came to live with us, he didn't have a choice but to get used to my animals. So he even went to go take my girls for each of them to get a cat. And he was allergic to cats, but now he's okay. But I remember when I first met him, he was not an animal lover. He didn't like animals too much. Now I could see him petting my dog and petting my cats. And he still has a hard time, but he's getting better, because our dog protects our home. And I know that when he's actually gone to work or whatever, and my dog is there, we feel safe that our dog is there, because we feel like, and also to the cats, they actually can kill mice. I'm just saying, it's just a lot of good positive. Yes, there's times we have to do the litter, we have to buy food, we have to walk them outside, get them outside to pee, yay. But it's just so great to have an animal. They have so much love for us. They connect with us. There's a human-animal bond. That's my show, kind of short and simple. I just want to make that very clear. Spay and neuter your animals, like Bob Barker would say. I want to make some shout outs. I want to make some shout outs. Number one, to the National Organization of Pet Partners. They assist in care centers and also for sniffs and convalescence. And I will also make another shout out to PETA. I know PETA, you guys are like radicals, man. You guys are out there, and that's the way the word gets out. If it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be any bills being passed to save the animals, to save the cats, to save the dogs. You guys have changed the lives of a lot of animals, and PETA groups, thank you so much. Also, there's a lot of organizations that do help for animals. maybe doing an act of kindness that will cost some money and send some money out to these organizations to help these animal rights. Because I think because they don't have their voices to be heard, if we can offer some money to at least, encourage these groups to, keep doing what they're doing, that would be so great. I love animals. I love animals. Interact with your pet. Give your little doggy or your cat or your bunny or your hamster, give them a little hug. Give your horse a love. Rub that horse's face. Rub that horse's neck. I just know that I don't know where the world would be without these animals. They give me unconditional love. They don't need to say, okay, she needs to feed me first. She needs to do this, this, this. No, they give me unconditional love, and they have good listening skills. They don't answer you back. They listen to you. It's really cool. Love your animals. Wow. What a great show. Loving your pet, loving the animals. So once again, thank you for stopping by. This is Lorraine Quiros, and this was Lori Live on Loving Your Pet. May you never be the same. Go hug your animal. Bye-bye now.